Hello everyone, and welcome back to my fireside. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about Viking prehistory, the time before the age of the Vikings. So we'll be looking around the centuries before the 8th century and back into the great beyond. But first of all, if there's one thing I really want to get clear, it's the use of the word Viking. Now, Viking is a word that we've kind of misunderstood and skewed over the time. First of all, the word Viking actually means two things. It is a noun and an adverb. Now, the adverb means to go a Viking is to go raiding, and a Viking is a warband. So, the actual word we should use for those individual warriors is actually Vikinger or Vikinger. So, where the actual word comes from, it comes from the Old Scandinavian language Old Norse, which seems to be spoken and used collectively in the Scandinavian homelands. And in Old Norse, the word Vik is often translated as bays, or creek, or inlet, which would make sense to the word Viking, because in other historical records, the word Viking has been used to mean men of the bays. So Vik means bays. And this would also go as far as to help us understand why Reykjavik, which is the Icelandic capital, why it is called Reykjavik, which means Bay of Smokes. So that might possibly be the reason for the word Viking. So what we mean by Viking has come to be used for a specific group of people in a specific time period. More specifically, between the 8th, between sort of the start of the 8th century towards the ending of the 12th century. And those are the people who we have labelled as Vikings. So, the first source we have of pre-Scandinavian history comes, of course, from the Romans. Now, we know that the Romans did indeed trade with the Scandinavian countries, but there does not seem to be any recorded conflict between the various countries. But we do know that various Roman artifacts, such as weapons, jewellery, and various metalworking tools, have ended up in Scandinavian countries as far away as Norway, all thanks to our northern ancestors being good with grave goods.